All right, what's going on YouTube? This is BoxingWave. Let's talk Andre Ward. Okay. Uh Now that Canelo beat Sergey Kovalev. He beat him. It's over. A lot of people are talking about Andre Ward possibly coming out of retirement to fight Canelo Alvarez. All right. This has been a talk even before the Kovalev Canelo fight. We heard Ward say in a couple interviews that he is willing to come out of retirement to fight Canelo if the Zone or Golden Boy is willing to give him a great offer. They gave him a offer he just couldn't refuse. He's willing to come back and fight Canelo Alvarez at 175. All right, now that Canelo has won and he's holding a title at 175, everybody's talking about potential opponents for Canelo. Is he going to stay at 175? Fight Beterbiev, or Bevo? Is he gonna go down to 168, fight Billy Joe Saunders or Callum Smith? Is he gonna go back to 160, fight Golovkin in a trilogy? Is he gonna fight Demetrius Andre? What's up with Jamal Charlo? All of these names are coming up, but Andre Ward's name is coming up as well. Okay, this is how I feel about it. Andre Ward, big fan of his. I love what he did at 168, winning the Super Six tournament. All right, he was the king at 168 at the time that he was down there. Had some trouble, had some promotional issues, had some injuries, but he came back. Ended up going to 175 at some point, and beat Sergey Kovalev. Two very controversial fights. Very controversial. I'm not going to get into that. But on paper, Andre Ward has two wins over Sergey Kovalev. All right. Then he retires. All right. I personally wanted to see him fight Adonis Stevenson. I wanted him to become undisputed or at least go for becoming undisputed. He did. He retired. All right. Kovalev, to me, in my eyes, even though Stevenson was the lineal champion, I thought Kovalev at the time was having a better run. I thought he was the more dangerous fighter between the two. Ward did what he had to do and he retired. All right. It's been a couple of years now since Ward fought. I believe the rematch was in early of 2017. Can't remember exactly. I didn't check, but it's been a couple of years now, and Ward, who was inactive for a while, even before fighting at 175. Now he's even more inactive because he's retired, right? He's been doing great commentary. He's been very relevant still in the sport, even though he's retired. How do I feel about him fighting Canelo? Well, I would think that if he were to take the offer and fight Canelo Alvarez, I think that I'm pretty sure he would go right into the fight. Because you're not gonna fight someone that's really good at 175 for a tune-up. And if you're not fighting someone really, really good, what's the point of even fighting them? Because they're not gonna prepare you for Canelo. So I would assume that he would jump right back in the ring off of being inactive. All right. Look, this is how I feel about it. And I'm going to give you examples because I don't want people to think that I'm just picking on Canelo. I've been pretty consistent with this throughout the time of me having a boxing channel. You know what I'm getting really tired of? Like this week, for example, is a perfect week. I'm really getting tired of people not fighting guys at their very, very best. I'm getting tired of it. I'm not trying to take anything away from Canelo's win, but for whatever reason, some people are saying it's fixed. Some people are blaming it on Kovalev's age, the rehydration clause, him recently having a war with Anthony Yard. Whatever reason, whatever thing you want to blame it on, people are saying that Kovalev just was not at his best. Okay? I'm getting tired of that. You know, Ward's name, yes, great name to have on your resume. Kovalev, great name to have on your resume. Daniel Jacobs, Triple G, all great names. But people like myself and plenty other people are getting tired of the arguments after the fight is already over. Okay? I can't stand when someone can say something like, well, he won because of the catch weight or because of the rehydration clause or the timing of when they faced them. I like fights like Beterbiev against Bozic. I like those fights because you're fighting them. It's you versus them. They're both undefeated, and that's it. This guy's at his prime. This guy's at this prime. There's no rehydration clause. There's no catch weight. There's no. They're coming off of their worst loss of their career. There's none of that. It's just Porter is an experienced top elite welterweight. And Spence is an undefeated champion at welterweight. They're both around the same age. I love those kind of fights. This is why I wanted Wilder and Joshua to happen so bad. The fight lost a little steam. This is why I want Spence versus Bud now. So when that fighter wins the fight, they get all the credit in the world. We don't have to get, well, Spence beat Kell Brook because he was damaged from the Triple G fight. I don't want to hear that in every single fight. Canelo, unfortunately with him, everybody's going to have something to say about a lot of his wins. He was fighting older guys at one point. He was weight bullying fighters. He had the judges on his side. He had catch weights, rehydration clauses. It's always something with these A-side fighters. I'm not picking on Canelo. I hate it when Floyd Mayweather made Canelo come down to 152. I hate it when he fought Marquez at a catch weight and he didn't even make weight for that fight. I hated it. He gets credit for winning, but it's like one of those things where someone's always going to bring it up. They're never going to get full 100% credit. Now, when you beat a fighter at his absolute prime and there's no kind of funny business going on, if somebody's still complaining about it, hey, that's on them. They're probably just really a hater. Like, we have real haters out there. But when you have a clear advantage of them because you're the biggest superstar, it kind of takes away from the victory. Manny Pacquiao as well. You beat up Oscar, yeah, you beat him up. But damn, Oscar hasn't fought at 147 for years, and he wasn't even active. He wasn't even active at that time. Why didn't you beat him up when he was the man? Why did you make Miguel Cotto have a catchweight? You've already fought at welterweight. Why was there a catchweight? We can go on and on about these fights. You beat Keith Thurman this year. Why didn't you fight Keith Thurman when Keith Thurman was a boogeyman at 147? Why didn't you fight him then? Why didn't Floyd fight him then? You know? Why didn't Paulie Malignaggi didn't fight him then? Why did they wait until there was a possibility where you had some sort of advantage? Even a 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao. Great win. And I know he's much older than Thurman, but Thurman was not quite at his best. We've seen him a little bit better. Miguel Cotto. I have to bring him up. He's another top cash cow fighter in recent years. What's up with everything that happened when he was middleweight champion? Sergio Martinez, timing was perfect. Sergio was on his way out. This wasn't top three, top four, pound for pound Sergio Martinez. This isn't the Martinez that just knocked out Paul Williams. No. This is a Martinez that was coming off of a gift win against I can't think of his name right now. You guys know who I'm talking about. Not Matthew Macklin. I'm bugging. You guys know who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name right now, but it'll come to me. Sergio Martinez legs weren't right. They just weren't right. Daniel Gill, you bring him down. This is a former champion at 160. He's a career middleweight. Yet you're fighting at the weight and you're having a catch weight. You're bringing him down. You're draining him. Of course you're going to destroy him. I mean, you got to beat him anyway, but let's just see you beat him at his best, at least. It's Daniel Gill, man. Daniel Gill. You know, I'm just getting really tired of the advantages that these fighters are having before even going into the fight. And I know this catchweight thing and everything has been going on way before I even started watching boxing. So listen, I get it. This is nothing new. This is nothing new, but this is how I feel about the Andre Ward fight. You know, when Oscar and them say daring to be great, look at Canelo daring to be great. Well, beat him when he's really beating everybody up. You daring to be great? Daring to be great is fighting Beterbiev, not Andre Ward. Not a retired Andre Ward. You beat Beterbiev right now, we won't have anything to discuss. There won't be no discussion about whether or not Canelo Alvarez is the best in the world. There won't be no debate. You go up to 175 and beat him as he is at his best. There will be no discussions. You already beat Sergey Kovalev, right? So that proves that you belong at the weight, right? I mean, you stopped him better. You stopped him easier than Andre Ward did, right? Like, you have a legit stoppage, no low blows. So shouldn't that be good enough to at least step in the ring with a Beterbiev at 175 without no funny business going on? Without trying to drain the guy a little bit? That's what I want to see. That's daring to be great. Same thing with Callum Smith. You go up there and you fight Callum Smith without having to drain him a little bit. I know that's the IBF rules. I understand that. That is the IBF rules. It was for a very long time. Not anymore. It was for a long time. It shouldn't have to be a Canelo rule. It shouldn't have went down that way when you fought Daniel Jacobs. We already know Daniel Jacobs is struggling to even make 160. He's a huge guy at 160. He has no business being down there. Just fight him at your best. And that goes for Canelo or any future top A-side type of fighter. All these A-side, pay-per-view, whatever fighter. That goes for Errol Spence. That goes for Bud. That goes for Lomachenko. That goes for any guy with a name. Mikey Garcia. Any future, the Shakur Stevenson down the line. Devin Haney. That doesn't just go for Canelo. I'm not a Canelo hater. I'm just saying in general, I want people to fight guys at their absolute best. Not when they're old, not when they're inactive, not when they're coming out of retirement. I don't want to see that. I mean, I want to see Andre Ward fight. Yeah, I would love to see him back in the ring. But when Canelo was at 154, and when he went up at that point to fight Chavez Jr., were you willing to go up to fight Ward? Were you willing to do that back then? Because that's when Ward was fighting again. Were you willing to do it then? That's really daring to be great. Not when the guy's been retired for a couple of years and you just want to use his name to add onto your resume. You know, you cleaning house on a bunch of legends or future legends. These guys are a fight or two away from retirement. You know, so look, that's how I feel about it. Ward, stay retired. I mean, if Ward comes back and fights Canelo right away, I don't think Ward is beating Canelo right now. I just don't. I don't think so. You know, but if he wants to come back and test himself, okay. But me personally, I'd rather see a Beterbiev fight. I'd rather see a Bivol fight. Fight one of those guys. Because those guys, they're fighting right at 175 right now. You know? They're fighting at 175 and they're ready to go. They're active. They're beating top guys at 175. And they're still young. You know, they're not past their prime or anything like that. Fight them right now. That's daring to be great. But that won't happen because they don't have the names. Their name is not big enough. That's not a big enough draw. See how boxing works? You know, and that goes for them and everybody that's done it before Canelo. I know Canelo's not the first to do it. And that's why I brought up Mayweather. That's why I brought up Miguel Cotto and Manny Pacquiao. Because they did it too. They did the same shit. Aren't you guys tired of it? I know I am. I want to see a straight, clear win without no kind of funny business. That's all I want to see. Everybody's saying this guy is fixed fight. I went to work today and somebody told me it was fixed. And they don't even watch boxing. They don't even watch it like that. Like, what's going on? You know? We got casuals saying that it was fixed. I thought this guy had power. I seen his highlights. Why did he look so weak? This is what people are saying. I don't want that kind of stuff to continue. Especially when it's casual people watching the sport and they want to see a good fight. This was supposed to be a good fight. It's bad enough they had to wait till 1:30 in the morning to watch the fight. All right? I don't want to keep turning away fans because that's what's happening now. We're just continuously turning away. Now, these other fights that we get, like this fight this weekend, we're getting, or not this weekend, but tomorrow, we're getting, what are we getting? Donaire against Inoue. That's a great fight, but nobody's talking about it. You know, I mean, the diehards are, but, you know, Josh Taylor, Regis Prograde. That's a perfect example of what I am talking about. See, those guys are not big enough yet. They're not big enough. Their name is not big enough yet to make these crazy claims, these A-side claims. No, they just fight. You're the best, I'm the best. Let's fight each other. Fight was damn near a draw. Great fight. Everybody's calling that fight of the year. You think people are calling this fight of the year? Hell no. Nobody calling this shit fight of the year. So anyway, that's my thoughts, man. I kind of went on a rant there. I wasn't expecting to, but Ward, stay retired. You know, I mean, listen, if you're gonna come back and fight, whatever, you know, I'm gonna watch it because it's Andre Ward. But you know, even with a tune-up, it's still like, dude, just fight Beterbiev if you're gonna stick around and you want to dare to be great. You know, if you really want to, and fight him at his weight with no funny business with the rehydration clause, no backdoor stuff. Just fight him as he is. That's not gonna happen, but that's what I wish. All right. All right. I'm leaving it at that. Make sure you guys subscribe. Peace.